Hey everyone, I'm Tony from Creekside. Just wanted to do a quick lead-in, I guess, to this video, especially concerning the last, about 3 minutes of it. It's where the wind caught the top of the tree and shifted it, and actually it came straight down and impacted my hand and the chainsaw. Just wanted to give a little explanation for that, but I want to predicate that by just letting you know the specifics of this job. Was a big oak tree to be taken down, but the client was very specific about what we could put on his lawn. So we were not allowed to bring the chipper, doesn't matter how big or small it was, or the dump trailer, anything on the lawn at all. It all had to stay in the street. That being said, we were dropping all the limbs down. Now I realize that some may look at it and go, why didn't you just drop the tree? Well, a couple reasons. One, it was a heavy leaner towards the neighbor's house. A lot of the weight was towards the neighbor's house, so we didn't want to roll that dice and take the chance, even with ropes on it, because oak is an extremely heavy tree. Also, the client didn't want the tree coming down as a full tree, because he wanted to have the least amount of divots in his lawn as possible. And if I were to drop that tree, it would definitely drive those limbs right down into his lawn, which he didn't want. Great guy to work for, but just was particular in what we did on his property, which is fine. That's their homeowner's preference. That being said, there was a double top, a co-top at the top of that oak tree, and I took the first one down without any problem. The wind, we had some wind, but the wind was blowing in our favor. But then the last top, I notched it good in the front, and then as I was cutting in, I left some holding wood there in the back. You can't see it on video, but I did. I've been doing this for 40 years, so I know how to, put the holding wood in there. But what happened was the wind had died, but then it reversed in just a nanosecond, and a gust came back and hit that top. And you can literally see the top starting to go in the right direction, and then that gust of wind came and then straightened back up. And when it did, because it was minus 24 that morning Celsius, which is very cold. That's, like 6 degrees Fahrenheit, something like that. And that wood was very cold, very frozen. And that just little tip forward, and then that gust of wind pushing it back snapped that holding wood. And when it did, it came straight down. It impacted my hand that was on top of the chainsaw. And that's what you see in the video. I slowed it down there. I realize there are some things probably I could have done differently, and that's why I looked at the video and realized that yes, there are some things like put a rope on it. I really didn't think we needed to rope that top. I know it was a tall top, but we really thought that with the right notch and with the wind the way it was at first, with a little push from behind, then it would come over. And so hindsight being what it is, the things I'd do different, I'd throw a rope in the top of it anyhow just to have a little pull. And then if you look, there's one limb that I left on the back side of it it was not going to impact it one way or the other. It didn't have enough weight to do that. However, when it snapped, that back limb is what hit my hand and wrist and the chainsaw. So hindsight being what it is, I would have gone up and snipped that last limb off, and then nothing would have happened at all. So I realized that, haters are going to hate. There's going to be lots of criticism probably, and things like that, which I'm fine with. I don't mind, people critiquing our work. I do know some things, a couple things that I could have done differently that probably would have alleviated, the situation, but we did what we thought was the best for that moment. We have no control over the wind, which many of you guys know that. Well, everyone knows that. We just, roll the dice, do what we thought was right. It would have been fine had that gust of wind not reversed against us, and it happened so quickly there was just no way to, change anything, especially being as cold as it was with frozen wood and the notch and the back cut already in. But hey, it is what it is. Chainsaws can be replaced. My hand, it'll heal up. It is swollen up bad, but it's okay. And everybody went home at the end of the day. The client was very happy. And so that's what it's all about. As long as we get to go home safely, and we all end up with some scratches and some sometimes some things that happen along the way over the years. But honestly, in 40 years, that's the first incident I've ever had. So I'm very happy about that. But I'm sure we'll all have some stories to tell about scars we bear. But anyway, I hope you enjoy the video. Stay right through the end. If you don't mind, hit that like and subscribe if you haven't. And we appreciate each and every one of you here. Thank you, and enjoy the show. What's up, YouTube? How are you doing today? It is a very cold New Brunswick, Canada winter morning here. The real feel was -24. But it's a beautiful day. Sun shining. So we're heading out to work. We've got to take down a big oak tree today. Shouldn't be too difficult. It's it's a pretty big around the base tree, probably 40 foot, 50 feet high, but we're just going to drop it, most of it right straight down. There's lots of room. Only got one limb over a power line that I have to worry about, but it's not going to be much. So it's Friday, been a long week already. Going to try to get it done, most of it today. Right now we're just running around. Our trailer was at my daughter's place, and the chipper is at my brother-in-law's place, and we are doing different jobs at different places, so we're just picking all the pieces up, putting it together, and taking it over to where the tree is. So hang with us. I'll show you the tree when we get there. Okay, folks, YouTube, welcome back. So here's the tree, and it's a big old oak tree way up there, and we're taking it all down. We got one limb right there to cross the power lines, nothing too bad. I'm just going to climb it real quick with the ladder and snip it off so it doesn't give us any issues, and then everything else will just come right straight down, all these limbs, and then we'll take the tree itself, and it'll fall right out through there once we get all this weight off of it. There's a lot of side weight. We want to get it off. We don't want it to pull towards that house right here, and this is the client's house here. We want to get that side weight off of it, and that way it'll allow us just to take that right out in there, and that's where we want it to go. All these limbs, the client's keeping some of the wood. We'll take the bigger stuff. The limbs all have to be pulled out there to the curb, and that's where we'll chip them. So I guess it's time to get at it. It's a very cold day, so we got to keep moving to stay warm. Are you warm?
I'm thinking warm thoughts.
All right.
It is cold.
Thank the Lord for the Houston hand warmers.
Yes.
I know it sounds like a baseball team.
It does.
But it's not. We call them the Houston hand warmers. Jesse and Lisa from Lazy Days Ahead. Check out their channel. They sent us a big package of those hand warmers.
Sent us like 4 big packs.
So we put a bunch of those all in our pockets to keep us warm. Thanks, Jesse and Lisa. Love you guys. So we're going to be really busy today, so we're not going to say a whole lot. We're just going to do a lot of work. So, hey, stay with us. It'll be good. Oop.
You okay?
I might have broke my wrist.
No way. No way.
I come right down on my wrist.
Yeah, it's a lot of weight. There she goes.